while I know man held his son up to his chest. Lord, I have no right to ask you, I've lived my life so wrong. Won't you help me turn off what marijuana has turned on?
Dogpatch.
Oh, how you doing, Dante?
Here we are.
I'm telling you.
I had you fucked up last night with that Shiba cat food artist.
Like, I was headed to the bathroom, certain I was going to vomit. And I made it to the kitchen where I could lay on my stomach and just go sensory deprivation. But yeah, that was close.
I laughed too. Like I was in pain. And because I smoke so much, cigarettes, reefer, otherwise, like there's a point in my laughing that it just becomes like awful because I'm just coughing.
Yeah.
And I was in the awful coughing while you were laying on the floor in the kitchen.
I was in a bit of an awful coffin myself, but continue.
Corp Entertainment, dude. I think we've got the most mileage YouTube-wise out of Corp Entertainment than maybe any other channel.
No one has been more entertained by Corp Entertainment than us. Like, if they had us doing the testimonials.
Some of those videos are 15 years old and they have 11 views. It's just us. It's the loneliest corner of the internet and it's just us hanging out. I'm not even going to give up like the data how to get there because I want to keep it like kind of close. Because as we talked about, some of them videos we don't even want to watch. We just edge them.
Meg Soper edging.
Meg Soper edging is one of Dogpatch's greatest pastimes.
Greatest joys.
Let's talk about some music.
So we're here at 50.
It feels like we've almost cleaned our plate, but we got a lot left on it.
This is true. Because as we may have expressed before, you could do this potentially forever. There's no shortage of musical themes, musical curiosities, shit to talk about, etc. I will say this, in the close to a decade that we did this, 50 episodes including this one, we never talked any politics because that's just a bummer. Mm-hmm. We've kept a positive vibe. We've probably pointed people in a lot of great directions musically and maybe some not so great directions musically, but either way, they're musical directions. So that's better than going to the track and gambling.
Yes, slow motion is better than no motion. We've kept a real leisurely pace over the last 8-9 years, putting out these episodes as we feel like it. But now we kind of have to try and tie it all up.
Which might be impossible.
Yeah.
But some brief data off the dome here. I think we've played about 400 songs, maybe. You figure 10 songs an episode. We've done 50 episodes. Some were longer, some were shorter. But that's a lot of music. And that was probably, at least 80% of that was probably stuff that was, for the most part, unheard, or rather unknown, except for the super otakus on planet Earth.
You ran the numbers recently, and I believe we have 2 full days of Dogpatch out there.
Some technical stuff to discuss before we get into actually doing the show. The way that podcasts work, you told me this, John, I had no idea, is you have to get them published through some third party. And we use Libsyn. And once those are published to whatever platform you may listen to them, wherever they arrive, whether it be Apple Music or Shondo or Deezer or whatever, once they get published, that's it. They're like out there. So for the people that care, we've gone back and remastered every single episode of Dogpatch. So we brought them all up to sterling high fidelity. And all of those episodes that have been remastered are only found on our Libsyn hosting site, and we now have a YouTube page with every episode up there.
Yes, Dante has become something of a computer tech.
I'm a computer tech. I work with computers and do computers. I'm a computer tech.
I would say if you were to recommend this show to anyone, I would direct them to that platform to listen to it.
Where's the most logical place to start? I mean, which toes are we going to dip into this pool first?
Many of the missives we've gotten from the listeners via text, social media, et cetera, many people are asking us, is there songs that you didn't get to play because perhaps you weren't able to group them in some larger theme or just some shit that we think is really fly? Should we play it? So we're definitely going to put some of those on today. I'm just trying to figure out where to start with that. Mm-hmm. But before that, I was recording some records recently, and I recorded Desperate by Michael Sterling. Mm-hmm. Which is kind of a cool late 80s kind of electro boogie thing from Miami. But I nearly fell off my chair when I was recording it because essentially the Dogpatch intro theme, I'm not going to say plagiarized Michael Sterling because I had no idea that this shit even existed, but this blew my mind, the fact that something was this close to the baked idea that we had for the theme of the show.
There's nothing new under the sun, Dante. The synth chopper.
We have a real chopper. He had a synth chopper, but that's crazy, right?
And the thing is, I own that record. I like that record.
There are a lot of things on planet Earth. Dogs and helicopters as a pairing, wine and cheese, right? Peanut butter and jelly. Barking ass dogs in a chopper. Call Michael Sterling. He can take over the show. He could just...
What picture was he trying to paint for us?
So on some more like kind of prescient Florida shit while we're there, this is something that's been in our lives for a long time. A group called GQ Tab. And is it from 90? It's like 89 or 90. It's R&B or whatever, but it was really ahead of its time as far as just kind of how fresh it was and how like new. The group is actually from Perrine, Florida. That's where I bought the record, which is way south of Miami, like Richmond Heights, just like out there. For the sake of dropping it, let's put some GQ Tab on this.
Teen Emotion.
Yeah, that's the dub Like
Yeah.
they kind of sing rap.
When I'm alone in my room.
Very LL, I Need Love. But man, what a fucking vibe.
The title, Teen Emotion, is just so loaded.
So there's a little section in the middle there when the drums drop out and it's all coded out. That I sent that to Jake Dutton, Jake One, world famous hip hop producer. I was like, make a hit with this. You think I get any results? Jake, get on that, please. Make a beat out of that.
Ooh, I feel like Santa Claus.
So we do have some questions from the viewers. So let's go to the mailbag, John. Colin Mackinson, New Orleans, just wants to say thank you for the Phil Parr Threes a Crowd on Skill country record. It hit him hard. That hit me hard, too. It's one of my favorite country records ever. So, Colin, keep on keeping on down in New Orleans.
We've got Nick Gaskill in the UK, a Dogpatch listener and former WXYC DJ from my alma mater, UNC Chapel Hill. He's a professor, and as an English professor, he's often recommended our episode on James Brown to his colleagues as an example of criticism at its best. Thanks, Nick.
Kanan Faulkner in Columbus, Ohio, sends a request that we play Texas Diamonds for a solid hour.
The guy who plays Texas Diamonds for a solid hour and the guy who hacks into Doctor Who with Max Headroom rubber mask on, they didn't fall far from the same tree.
The Max Headroom hack is Chicago bred.
Chicago is such a funny city. It's such a funny place. I don't think Dogpatch could have happened anywhere else. Yes, the name of our neighborhood is in fact the Dogpatch, if you ask the old schoolers, but yeah, what a perfect storm here.
We've watched the Dogpatch change. I certainly have. I've lived in the Dogpatch for close to 30 years at this point, and the vestiges that were there, I mean, we've already lamented the loss of ducks. There used to be a bodega on like every corner or middle of the block back here. Now there's zero.
There was a VFW hall in the alley behind my house?
Rugged.
Had to have been.
Rugged. I went there one time and got stared out of the place at like 3 a.m. A real deep one was on Greenview, closer to Division. It was called Bo's Place. It was in the middle of the block. It just looked like a residential house, but it had a neon sign in that fucker. And there was people in there, but like it was blood in, blood out to get into Bo's Place.
I mean, 1300 North Bosworth, I did get robbed at gunpoint.
Right in front of the crib.
Right in front of the crib. Wasn't pleasant.
After DJing, nonetheless. Do they have no respect?
And they didn't even want the rares. They just wanted my cell phone and my money.
And they got the taxi driver too, didn't they?
Yeah, these fucking robbers are dorks.
One of our institutional bits of architecture in the neighborhood recently came down, and that is the Rimnasium.
Which I always call the Rimporium, but that really is the canary in the coal mine.
I told you I saw Paul Wall in front of that motherfucker.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm sure he remembers it as well as you do.
Like, apparently they don't sell rims in Houston. I guess you have to come all the way to Chicago to buy some 24s.
Deep dish 24s.
So I'll reach back into the mailbag. Zach Ostrowski from Chicago, Illinois, a.k.a. Beverly Fresh, requests that we play something extraordinarily burnt. Shouldn't be a problem.
Does he want it extraordinarily burnt or truly burnt?
I think he wants truly burnt. He said truly burnt from Chicago, but a lot of people have asked us to play Torch Shit, which again, we'll be happy to oblige because half the show, it was Torch Shit, 50 episodes of Torch Shit. But this one is particularly Final Frontier, what happened, everybody evaporated. I do not own this record. This was pulled by Dogpatch friend Chris Carnahan out of the world famous Greg Zurich collection. But this is a 45, and keep in mind that this record is also in really good condition. This is not a beat up record by some dude named Greco Salmon and Associates. And this happened. Straight to the top of the charts, John.
I mean, was it pressed onto a Happy Meal?
It was pressed on a diaper after the Happy Meal was eaten.
It conjures memories of direct fuzz, where you're just like, what is this data? Is it a voice? Is it a piano? Is it an organ? Is it a drum? It just kind of comes in as a sine wave.
It also has that very particular ringing reverb that only occurs on like a boombox recording or like just shitty cassette recording where there's a particular frequency that just starts to reverb and it just like clouds everything out. It actually isn't really pleasant to listen to. And then you got whatever. I'll need a full transcription of those lyrics. I have to call the world's best linguist for that shit.
Did we edit out the racial slurs on that one?
That's the flip.
Okay,
That was the clean edit.
That's the clean
I
edit.
played the clean edit of Greco Salmon. That's on a label called The Cobras.
Oh.
So earlier this morning, I mentioned that the most gunshots I've ever heard in a single record were in Cool G Rap's Train Robbery. And not that you doubted me, but I played it and you went ahead and made a count of gunshots on a record. Not only does it have, how many we counted them? Did you get the actual figure?
My best guess is 34, give or take a few.
In a 4-minute song, so we broke it down and it was like one every 6 to 8 seconds. And they're all different, like different calibers.
And I would say that there were opportunities he had to blast that he didn't take.
Yeah, there was moments when he could have squeezed a few off and he didn't.
This is not gratuitous violence. He's very intentional with the way he empties the clip.
So there's one for you, Dogpatch listeners, to ponder. What record has the most gunshots on it? So, you know, the gunshots on that Cool G Rap record are basically drops.
Of course.
A lot of the correspondence we've got regarding the show is the origin of a great number of our drops. Many of which I've been told by people that listen to the show regularly have been integrated into their day-to-day.
It's funny to think back on our first episode and which drops we had locked and loaded for the first episode.
There's only a few. When I remastered the joints, I was like, actually, I only put like 5 drops in this whole hour of shit.
I had that Shabba Ranks LP, and I was looking for a Maxi Priest Shabba, but we got Shabba and Sausage.
That he says sausage in that is next level. Deep pool.
I think Shabba Ranks saying sausage is on par with Barack Obama saying Ninja Turtles.
So for the astute, and you guys can rip this from this show and burn it to a 24 karat gold disc, Japanese made gold disc.
This is fit to go into space. You can throw this on a Voyager and...
Yeah, this is our Voyager disc right now. What I'll do is I'll just run 30 seconds, open drops.
Get the reel-to-reel queued up.
Maximum grip.
No disassemble.
Child play.
No, I'm not. Let's talk about some music.
Oh.
Sausage. Shabba.
Tokyo.
No!
Ninja Turtles.
Gripping.
Here's to good friends.
Pizza.
Buone.
Truly burnt.
Yes! History!
Steak taco.
There's nothing wrong.
Oh yeah!
Chillin'.
Bloody awful.
Hendrix.
Take a sniff.
Phil Collins.
Goodbye.
I feel like they're all pretty self-explanatory.
I said this to you earlier. One of the drops that I was really after, I was never able to find, was Fran Drescher just saying, "Oh, Mr. Sheffield."
Enhance.
Wasn't able to pull it clean. I watched way too many episodes of The Nanny and couldn't find it.
Oh, top womp.
Another one I was particularly proud of was Maximum Grip. That came from a David Attenborough bit about the Hyrax, which is like this rock-dwelling rodent somewhere in like Palestine, like in the Middle East. Quick Hyrax sidebar. So Hyraxes live in little clans, generations of them in these rocks, and they all like piss and shit in the same area for generations. And it forms this like golden crust that's extremely valuable. All of the defecation does that, like people go and harvest, and it's like one of the basic ingredients for like really fancy perfume.
No way.
Hyrax piss. So as you recall, John, the very first episode was Easy Glide, where we set the parameters of what we called Easy Glide.
I remember it was so cold out that day. It was winter.
Was it?
It was so icy out.
And we were playing that sunny ass shit.
We wanted it, bro.
So we'll play an Easy Glide that recently crossed my desk by a very unlikely band. I won't tell you who it is until we come out of it, because even its most ardent fans are probably like, I didn't know that this was this group. And it's one of their last records ever made, but when I came across this, I was like, this is some Easy Glide.
Checks all the boxes.
On my own again, left alone. Do you remember when her love filled my life, made my life alive with love around me? How can I cope without the love that I had all around me? Love surrounds me. The love that I lost was more than I hoped to find. Love surrounds me, all around me. Did I have love, or did love have me? Love around me, but there's no love of my I gave up on love, but it won't disappear. Ooh, love around me, desire seems as though everywhere I go, love around me, charms around me. Looking at a kissing, making the love I've been missing all around me, but there's no love of my
The track is fire. It's Downer Glide, too.
How hard that knocks in a sob with the factory stereo.
The Blaupunkt be crushing. So that was, John,
The Beach Boys.
from their second to last record. When Brian Wilson died, I did a little thing. I was looking at their discography. I was like, what's the last record that they made proper as the Beach Boys? Because everything looks like a fucking repackaging. Even the records they were putting out at the end, it's on like Back to the Surf again, and you can't tell if it's some repackaging, but that's from their second to last album on Caribou, which is from like 81 or 82, but their very last record, it's from like 83. I think it's on MCA Caribou, some dog shit. It looks like it looks like a fucking Christmas album. But the last song on their last properly issued record is some Chuck Senrick sounding, just Rhodes, and I think Dennis singing. It is fried to a crisp. It's really incredible.
A little quiet, if I recall.
It's got this Senrick vibe. Speaking of which, since we've had this show going on, Chuck Senrick, which we played very early on our Minnesota show, has since been sampled by Travis Scott, if that tells you anything about the trajectory of society in 2025.
You know what? Good for Chuck. He's still plugging away at the steakhouse in Minnesota. Love that he's getting that 21 Savage money.
I asked you this some time ago. Let's have a little minute of discussion. As an affirmation, when is it proper to say Gia versus yeah?
Gia feels to me like it's a little more indulgent. Like you already know, you've already crossed the finish line when you're saying Gia.
It's a reward?
Yes. Gia is an affirmation. Yeah is a little aspirational. Like it's sort of like we still have to tally all the votes, but I believe yeah.
But Gia, it's in the bag.
It's in the bag. But it also brings to mind there are opportunities to say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah is sort of like when you hit the 1,000-point shot on skee ball.
Yeah.
You kind of pulled something off. You want to make it look intentional, but we all know it was just chance. It was a matter of luck.
Also, I think Gia, there's a little bit of smugness in it.
Gia is smug.
Yeah, there's a little smugness in Gia. Because it's kind of like I just got over type shit.
If you dunk on somebody and then you say Gia, they're just going to start thinking about how to get back at you.
It's probably a fist fight.
Look, I warned you one time about Gia. If I hear Gia again on this court...
You can only use Gia once to somebody else. But you could say Gia under your breath, too. Again, in that reward mode.
Like, Gia is a swish, and yeah is like a rattle in 3.
You said some time ago that when all the dust settles, you'll probably just do a North Carolina rap 12-inch podcast, and I'll just do a country podcast.
Yeah, that's the future I see for us.
So as we kind of look back, I loved those country shows, and I love country music. I'll play a country record here, just one, just a little taste. This is one of the better things I've heard in recent times. It's from Cincinnati, Ohio, by a guy named George Brock and the Traveling Crusaders. Certainly a country gospel record, but there is something so infectious about this. This act is actually from Connorsville, Indiana, some podunk shit near the Ohio border. But here's George Brock doing a take on the traditional song Rank Strangers.
I wandered again to my home in the mountains, where you thoroughly dawned. I was happy and free. I looked for my friend, but I never could find them. I found they were all rank strangers to me. Everybody I met seemed to be a rank stranger, No mother nor dad, not a friend could I see, They knew not my name, and they knew not their faces, I found they were all rank strangers to me. They've all moved away, said the voice of a stranger, to a beautiful home will see some beautiful day. I'll meet them in heaven where no one will be a stranger to me. Everybody I met seem to be a rank stranger, seem to be a rank stranger. No mother nor dad, not a friend could I see, not a friend could I see. They knew not my name, and they knew not their faces, I found they were all, rank strangers to me, rank strangers to me.
That's some gorgeous business, John Kirby.
At the beginning there, I really thought he gave a shout out to his homie, the mountain. But it was his home in the mountain. A while back in Toronto, I saw the Seattle homie, Sam Wischkowski. He was there with our buddy Jake, who we've already mentioned. He said, no more country. Shut it down.
Oh.
Stop doing country on Dogpatch. Well, Sam, that's the last time you're going to have to hear country on Dogpatch. Are you happy now?
He'll get older. That's all it takes. It's just some wrinkles.
He may never get that old.
What is he listening to? Like Adam by Main Source every single day?
I mean, he may have to be 200 years old before he gets into country. Some people just weren't built for...
It's weird like that, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like people that won't listen to rap. Same thing. And we've talked about the similarities between country and rap. Like they go on forever.
I mean, Sam, I'm on your side, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Nothing wrong.
I think we did 3 country shows just to spite everybody in Canada. But
Sam's keeping track.
But there was a lot of shows that we conceptualized but never actually did for one reason or the other.
You're right about that.
I've got a small list of them here that I started. So we were going to do a krautrock show.
I recall.
Which would be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the issues with that is most kraut shit from the 70s tends to be kind of longer form and require a little bit more involvement. So we would get off like 4 songs.
Probably some of the most important days I've had in this apartment were listening to krautrock. Usually after de-icing the planes.
Yes.
There's been some days where I've been over here laying on your floor listening to
Cluster
and just thinking, if you had a musical pattern that was so perfect, what is to stop it from lasting forever?
But for good measure, we'll play a canned song right now. This particular track is only available on 45, kind of a loose song from the E.G. Bamiasi sessions. This is called Shikaku Moriten, and it's so good.
If you happen to be in Huntington, West Virginia, please go to Frost Top Root Beer, where they unknowingly have the E2, E4 album art as the ceiling of their drive-thru.
It's true. It's kind of yellow and brown.
Yeah, it's the right yellow and brown. I used to grow up, my mom grew up going there. I grew up going there with my mom. Shout out to Frost Top Root Beer in Huntington, West Virginia.
Another show we were going to do, it might have been a Bites, it might have not, was all of the different tendrils of Moments in Love by Art of Noise.
Somehow not a redundant show. I did not have any idea the number of mixes,
joints that sample it,
the different formats it came on. Pretty nuts. Were they striving for perfection, or were they just wanting to put out something different? What were they up to?
To illustrate just how fresh Moments in Love is, we're going to play a 1 minute and say 10 second. This came out on 45, a 1 minute and 10 second 45 of just the stabs.
Psychotic.
So even a minute of that is still evocative and just gives you the vibes you want. Like the vibe of that entire song is just incredible. That's why a 12-year-old kid can get in that. A grown-ass man trying to romance a woman, like its applications are so wide because it's just such a perfect piece of music.
They used to play that on the hip-hop station when I was growing up. They used to play that on 102 Jams.
They'll play it on the Quiet Storm show. They'll play it on the hip-hop show. They'll play it. It's that shit.
Classical station.
It could.
Yeah.
So another show that we were going to do that we didn't do was stuff played at the wrong speed. Where this works best is with 45s, click them down to 33. And this has been a tactic amongst the literati, if you will, for a while. Most famously, Jolene by Dolly Parton on 45 played at 33 is fucking incredible. It's just amazing. It works entirely and it doesn't sound like it's slowed down. Similarly, Wanda Jackson, like Funnel of Love at 33 is mind-bending how fucking good it is.
In a post-Kanye America, I really like Jermaine Jackson, Castles of Sand on the LP at 45. It sounds like a little love song.
So our example we'll play of that is Pipeline, surf rock classic by the Shantays. A 45 played at 33 takes on an entirely different character, and it's also twice as long for the most part, and really, really good.
Are you talking about the White Shantays?
reverb also gets extra wet when it's slowed down.
Reminds me of our reggae episode more than anything.
It's true.
Just that, just
Damp.
just the damp springs on that reverb is.
Surf records, since they're typically instrumental and a million miles an hour, like shooting the pipeline shit, screwed surf is an entire genre. You could make countless compilations where you literally just slow down the surf stuff, and it works because they're playing so fast.
And by and large, the groups are really tight, and so there's no errors that become more enunciated as they get slowed down. It's still pretty in the pocket.
So another show that we had entertained was Good Records by Terrible Acts, or to put it more politely, good records by bands that aren't necessarily known for music that is good.
You have a saying that everybody's got a joint.
If your career is long enough, undoubtedly you're gonna get it right one time, even if you're the most milquetoast performer. So in that genre, we're going to play this absolutely fucking savage Paul Revere and the Raiders record. It's like tucked away on this super actually fried Christmas record that Columbia put out circa like 67 or 68.
I really relished the Dogpatch moment when Dan Auerbach came over here from the Black Keys. And the first thing you asked him was, you know Rain, Sleet, or Snow by Paul Revere and the Raiders? Yeah, I think you even prefaced it by saying, like, I don't know y'all's shit that well, but Paul Revere and the Raiders basically did your whole shit, like before you were born.
He was really gracious about it, but this shit slaps.
Shout out to Dan Auerbach.
Yeah, Dan Auerbach's good people. And this song, he didn't deny it.
No, it's in their bag.
100%. I think that one definitely gives you a yeah.
I think chia is...
Yeah.
I thought you said chia.
Either way, that Paul Revere requires some kind of affirmative action. The cool thing about that, too, is like typical of the era, it's like really harshly separated from the left and right channel. So one of this channels is just the drums, just absolutely crushing.
If I recall, didn't they kind of give up on making the record before the record's actually over?
It is the most baked LP. The second side of that, there's like a 10-minute song, and there's like no information in the grooves. It's just like...
They're like, you know what? Just play it for me over the phone.
Super duper baked. Let's go to the mailbag.
Well, we've got Cole from Memphis, a former employee of Goner Records.
Shout out to Goner, great shop.
He said he'd recently left Goner Records and that Dogpatch had been a balm on the gash left behind from not having a store at his daily disposal that kept him constantly curious and learning.
James Kavickia in Hyde Park, part of Chicago, took issue with me fucking up Tony Roma and Tony Lama. I was talking about cowboy boots and I called them Tony Romas. In fact, Tony Roma is a barbecue chain and Tony Lama is the boot company. My dearest apologies. You'll be sent a refund check by Dogpatch Industries, LLC within the next 2 weeks, James.
Of course, I think barbecue boots are way more hilarious than actually landing the trick. And you actually revealed to me that the man 50 grand, Chris Veltri, out in San Francisco, only listens to Dogpatch in the car.
Seemingly so. It was like the Sirius channel, Dogpatch Sirius. You get into his car and it'd be like your voice or some fried shit that we played or whatever. And he said that he does that because it reminds him of just being able to hang out with us and bullshit about some stuff.
We appreciate it, Chris. You're the man. Can't say enough things about that guy, that shop.
So several people asked about maybe quantifying the total marijuana intake during the production of these shows. Is that quantifiable?
When we're in the delivery room and a Dogpatch is about to happen, I hear the grinder. Well, I hear a joint being rolled.
Joint procedure?
Joint procedure.
Spoiler alert, Kirby's not a big blower. But I do recall that I think that John might have been on some LSD at least one episode. I do not know which episode, but I remember we were done and you were like, yeah, that stuff's going to be kind of wavy. And I was like, what?
I think it was one of those, like, you know, the advent of like, hey, did you know that Fortune 500 CEOs microdose? And I was like, he just must mean taking LSD in the morning.
The actual dosage didn't matter. It was just like when you did it.
I'm more of a macrodose kind of guy, so I would say you've probably been pulling a lot of the Chiba weight.
Quick LSD sidebar. Invariably, if you would take really good acid, it would either hit instantly or take a really long time. And I have seen more than my share of my buddies take the hit of acid and after an hour nothing's happened and so like, I'm gonna take another one. And then flash forward to 2.5 hours later and they're like running for sheriff. It's just like they're out of their motherfucking minds. The delay on a tab of LSD and the guys that are impatient, it always bites them in the ass. They're like, I'm gonna take 2 more, and they're like, later, bud.
Double rainbow.
More mailbag. Andrew Brierley in Brooklyn, New York, and we've been asked this by several listeners, asks, what are our opinions on the future of record collecting?
Oh, Andrew,
I'm going to say it succinctly and flatly. It's over. It's been over.
I know you feel this way.
Music is not over. Record collecting is over.
You know what?
Are you going to counter with a more optimistic viewpoint, John?
I just feel like I'm always going to be able to find stuff I like. I'm not going to be able to make a career out of it. I don't think I'm going to be able to make any car payments based on record flipping in 2026 and beyond. But
when did vinyls happen? 2010? Some bullshit? From like 95 till that point, the lion's share of independent music was on CD. So a warehouse like the CD Baby warehouse is actually, I think that's where the collecting future lies, because the art that all these weirdos around the world made, typically before the advent of the internet, when there's no physical, the last physical is going to be CDs. And it's going to be CDRs and just like some scrapped out shit that some freakazoid robot made. That, to me, I think is going to be the collecting horizon, but people love the fucking Rolling Stones and the Beatles, man.
Whatever.
Kind of unsurprisingly, we were going through your CD Baby library, and everything I grabbed and showed to you elicited like a very strong, visceral response.
Yes.
Every CD in there has
a tale,
has energy.
Yeah.
And this particular one, you were kind of gobsmacked. You kind of like, this is actually kind of fucked up.
Well, I have to roll out this story of its origin and how it arrived on my desk. And then you listen to the thing and you're like, good God.
Well, and with every CD Baby journey, there's always the way it looks versus how it sounds, and how your own expectations sets you up for surprise.
Often the most torched business looks the most normal, the most pro.
But in this case, we have a fellow with a Kingston Mines t-shirt on, a venerable blues establishment here in Chicago, jeans, backwards hat. I wouldn't think there would be anything particularly haunting about this.
Let's give it a listen.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think some really common record questions are who, what, but that's very much to me a how record.
Just questions, though. There's certainly no answers there.
The bar to entry to make a vinyl record at any point in history is pretty high. There's a lot of steps involved. While the CD is so much lower, while digital media is so much easier to make, that seems to me like a real miracle that made it into a physical format.
There's certainly a pretty heavy homeless vibe to the whole thing, but reaching back to Greco Salmon, they both have that pretty sick boombox reverb that just whoa, 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 whoa.
You know, on the collecting tip, they're kind of in the same bin card to me.
In a way, yeah.
And that's why I think you can't ever truly give up on collecting physical or otherwise music.
Those two recordings, Greco Salmon and Hit City, what we just listened to, those are 50 years apart, and they're like literally in the same wing of the museum.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, format be damned.
Yeah, I do think we need to stop with the I just wish it was on 7-inch.
Format shaming?
Yeah, format shaming to me, it's like, maybe like record collection is not over. Maybe record collecting is taking a hit, and there's a lot of obstacles in the way, whether they be price points or gatekeeping or, I don't know. You said you haven't touched an LP browser in a year.
I don't even look at records. If there's not singles in the wherever I'm at, I typically don't even look, because it's like, it's the same shit. It doesn't even matter. It's always going to be the same shit. And to be frank, I've been collecting for so long. I've seen all this shit a million times. It's very rare where something I'll be like, well, I've never seen it. I don't give a shit, but I've never seen it. So there's no excitement in it for me anymore at all. And the other thing, and this should be definitely noted, the future of record collecting is also going to be very polluted, because if you go to any new arrivals bin, LP new arrivals bin in any shop, it's just stuff from the past 15 years. The nth iteration of the David Crosby solo record, or a Strata East record, or some shit you've never fucking heard of from last year from some band that doesn't have any vowels in it. It's just like that kind of stuff. So for me, that great thrill I used to get about looking through LPs, that whole pond is polluted with bullshit. It's all 3 to 4 stages from the stuff I actually want, so I don't even bother. It's like, I don't even care. I'll get excited when I see the top of something that I recognize. Like, okay, this is a cool record that I pulled up, and it's some vinyl my butt boutique bullshit.
What's up, bro?
On some record collecting shit, though, for this next song, a little speculation. I don't believe we played a soul record yet on the show. We have not. We played a lot of soul in our episodes because it's one of our main engines, one of our favorite genres. But here is a record from Youngstown, Ohio, you know how we do, by a group called Odds Against Tomorrow, a song called Point of No Return, that I think is criminally underpriced.
£500,000.
Maybe it's $500 mint condition. I think this shit should be $5,000 because it has every single thing that these otakus want in this kind of record these days.
Would you classify this as a market watch?
Yes, my market speculation could occur in a market watch segment, but I'm just going to let it roll like this.
Like a shadow hanging over you, like the breeze blowing by you. No, you can't get away, it seems, from all the pressures each day brings. All the frustrations deep inside start you wondering, and you can't back up now. Point of no return. Oh, I can't stop, no, I got to keep on moving. Oh, I can't stop, no, I got to keep on driving, yeah, and I know it's too late. But I can't stop now. I'm too far gone. Too far out of bound, 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 out of bound.
Another terrific song that's been part of the fabric of you and I's relationship, John, was a record I think you probably first heard at Sheer Magic in a rare turn of events. Whenever anybody would come to our DJ night and invariably request, like, will you shout out Trisha, it's her birthday, whatever, like the birthday shout out, we had a special record for those occasions, particularly if it was a tight homie. We wouldn't do it for everybody, but we would play this Miami bass record from the early 2000s by a little fella named Big Boy. Do you remember the first time you heard it?
Yeah, but see, you're setting it up. You're being really cool about it. But you have to keep in mind that this was a Wednesday night dance party in just this den of sin, Danny's. It was just so...
An old house.
Yeah, an old house.
Which they're demoing this week. The building will come down this week. You can't take it with you.
When I moved here in the winter, this was the one time of a month that I knew I was going to like see pretty girls, listen to good music, hang with the homies. Sheer Magic to me was a lifeline. And it's rare funk and soul on 45. The fact that a girl came to the DJ booth and said, it's my friend's birthday. Can you play the happy birthday song? And you and Taters were just kind of nonchalantly like, oh yeah, we can play the happy birthday song. There's no way in her wildest dreams she would have imagined this was the happy birthday song that she was going to hear.
Can somebody tell me who birthday party this is? Oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Party all day. Party all night. Everybody's party. Let's have a birthday party. Everybody's having a party. Let's party. A birthday party. A birthday party. Everybody's having a party. It's your birthday. A birthday party. Yeah, you know it. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What's your sign, y'all? What's that zodiac sign? Come on now. Somebody's having a party. Say what? A birthday party. Yeah, a birthday party. Having a party. A real live party. A birthday party. Everybody, check it out now. What's up with the party? It's all loud, y'all. We having a good time. Dancing all night. Bring it on. It's all right. Bring it on. A birthday party. Happy birthday. A birthday party. There's a party going on.
Big Boy, a.k.a. Calvin Mills the 17th, from a long line of Miami bass heritage. How old do you think he is, like 10?
Is he jumping on a couch while recording that?
Would you let him in your house?
Hell
He's
no.
breaking everything,
Good
right?
God.
Everything's broken.
That guy comes in like a bobcat.
And he's like, you got any more fruit roll-ups? I ate all the fruit roll-ups. He's one of those kids that comes in and like rolls the Captain Crunch in the fruit roll-up, like the sweets blunt.
Just kicks a window out for some reason.
Just, yeah, spilling shit.
It was like, honestly, when you guys played that, like back to back with like Wally Coco, I was like, it's like Bad Brains is performing in here.
That would never fail to set the party off. It was impossible to kind of like, what do you play after it? Because your adrenaline's already gone through the fucking roof.
The Bottle by Gil Scott-Heron.
So we're not going to outstay our welcome here.
No, I mean, I think everybody's been incredibly patient with us for the last 8 years.
It's been a pleasure to serve you.
And you know what? This will be of little consolation to our listeners, but I was on the flight up here and I was really thinking about how, not to get all wishy-washy,
Misty?
but Dogpatch actually doesn't end for you and me.
We live Dogpatch.
We still get to Dogpatch.
Other individuals can Dogpatch too. Essentially, the ethos of Dogpatch is like, have a good time, listen to interesting stuff, and bullshit about music. And most people like doing that.
Maybe in here there's some sort of lesson or sort of roadmap for how to engage your collection in a way that is meaningful to you and allows you to fellowship and make friendships behind music.
As an epitaph for this show, I have printed up some art posters, if you will. Very nice. I don't know the size. They're big. That contain every abstract we've used to describe each episode. Something like 750 terms in a big block of text, like an ocean of ideas that you can get lost in forever. And we'll be selling those via our social media account, I guess, or if you want to text us, if you know us, I will put the information on the internet. So if you want a little tiny memento of the time that you spent with us, a purloined letter, if you will. We have Dogpatch posters for sale, so you'll be able to find that information as soon as this show is published.
Doors closing.
So for the 50th and last time, this has been Dogpatch. I'm Dante Carfagna.
I'm Jonathan Kirby.
And we'll leave you with this.